Mr. Sun. You're casting quite the glow there. Ugh. Let me not give you too much titty today. I don't want to be scaring you all. I'll be right back. Oh shit. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. I don't have the chat up. Hey Heidi, how are you? Oh, you watched the Twin Flame reading? What did you think? Do tell. Tell me what you thought. Oh, Decky's messaging me. Oh shit. I didn't tell her what was going on. I tried calling her. You loved it? Oh, thank you, Heidi. Awesome. I'm glad that you loved it. Which group did you pick? I mean, we don't want to say too much about the group. Hey, Christina Davis, how are you? Um, which group did you pick? Just tell me the marker. Did you pick like the watch or the key or the ring was one of them, and what was the other one? The heart. I really liked doing it. I was surprised because I thought I was gonna not like doing it, and I kind of put it off doing it, and then it actually turned out to be kind of. I thought really, I enjoyed making it. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. I really loved how you chose the heart. Okay, hey Angel, how are you? I just chose those 4 items because I was kind of like in a quandary. I was like, what am I gonna use? Am I gonna use, like I was trying to figure it out, and then I just went and pulled different items from around the house, and one was like my grandmother's wedding ring, and this watch that I had in a drawer that I haven't worn in a really long time that I've had for many years, and it's my little prince watch. But he's like very magical, and there's something about that story that just resonates with me. The story of the Little Prince, if you know it, there's something beautiful about that, and so I've had that watch forever, and it sits in a box. It's like I don't know, like a special limited edition watch. Oh, Ducky was at Valentine's Day dinner. I'm gonna ask her how was McDonald's. She's gonna hit me. Watch this. You love the Little Prince? So do I. Hi, Nate. How are you? Have you loved yourself today, Nate? The fox, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna share out 2 groups really quick. You guys can continue talking. I don't even know what I'm doing. That's the wrong page. I was out in the yard all day doing yard work in my onesie. I'm wearing a onesie, guys. My day glow. I'm not day glow. My camouflage onesie, but it's really cozy. And it was cold outside, so I was outside doing yard work all day today, trying to get all the oak leaves up. And I actually got a lot accomplished. I was really glad. It was nice to get so much done. So, and it was nice to be outside. I was listening to music and just kind of feeling like connected. It was really cool. And then I got a very sweet. Hi, Ivana. How are you? Hi, Michelle. Hey, Michaela. How are you? I got a very. Never mind. I'm not telling you that. I've got to keep some things for myself. Okay. So, copy. I'm not paying attention to what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, let's put this in Engelgeist. exchange. Hello, Kelly. Just popping in. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Just a quick hello. Also, the YouTuber watchers I will watch later. Thank you, Kelly. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too. I forgot yesterday when I was doing the daily that today was Valentine's Day because now I tape them a day in advance. And so we got the death card on today's forecast, which is not a bad card. It's just about change. And it's like, you know, it's not a bad card by any means, but I was thinking about it after the fact. After I finished the video, I was like, "Oh, great, we got death on Valentine's Day." Way to send home a real loving message, Dan. But hey, sometimes we need to let go of things in our lives. You know, maybe there's somebody out there that needs that message. I don't know. I certainly need to let go of things. You know, my own self-doubt and fear. That's stuff that I need to let go of, damn it. Hi, Laura Giovanniello Wiley. I know, it's okay. Awesome. Trying YouTube. I love it, Christina Davis. I love it, I love it, I love it. LOL, so not McDonald's, she said. I sent Ducky, just sent me a message on Messenger saying, just got home from Valentine's dinner, so I sent her a message back saying, how was McDonald's? Oh, guys. I'm just slowly sharing. We've got some time. It's only 5:39, and we won't start until 6. I thought, oh, I need to not be yawning. I was out doing a lot of yard work today. It felt good to be out, like, getting shit done. I felt really inspired. There's just this, I don't know. I felt very inspired to want to get the backyard tamed. You know, get those oak leaves up, get ready for spring, get that backyard clear so I can maybe mow it tomorrow, the lawn. So I felt like I got, and the dogs got to lay out on the deck outside while I did it and stuff. And really cool music played in my headphones on shuffle that like made me feel really good. I felt like spirit was with me. And I had, you know, my mind to contend with. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Christina. You took your daughter to Applebee's, such a disappointment. Well, if that's like, I don't know, are you disappointed in your daughter or Applebee's? I'm just kidding, I'm kidding, but I'm bummed. Alright, let me not get... So I thought tonight we would do, since it is Valentine's Day, which I don't really, you know, I didn't really necessarily think about that prior to this. But I was talking to Ducky, and I was thinking that we could do, since it's Charm Night, we could do past life love charms, right? So if anybody wants a past life love charming, I think that what we'll talk about, what we'll do is we'll throw the charms in regards to energy from past lives that come up, and what do we need to know in regards to love? What are we maybe carrying with us in this life, or what is it that we're doing in this life that might have a carryover from that past life? And if that's too weird for you, then I can just do love charming for you if you want. I'm almost done sharing. Why are you crying? Are you mad that I'm not spending Valentine's Day with you? Why don't you come here and say hello to everybody? Come here, you little bastard. Come here, I love you. Oh, you know it. I love him. And by the way, I call my dog little bastard. That's not a bad thing around here. My grandmother used to call everybody, oh, they're such a little bastard. Come here. Come up here. Get up here. Come on. I love you. Come here. I want them to see your beautiful face. Come around here. Come around here. Come on, Diddy. Put your paws up on it. Put that paws up on it. Look. Oh, he just burped. Look at this beautiful guy right here. This is my... Uh-oh. Here comes the cock blocker. Oh, here comes cock blocker. Come here, cock blocker. Say hello. Come on. Get here. Come on, Daddy. Oh, you can do it. Oh, there he is. Hi. Yeah. I love you. Oh, that's my Valentine's Day date right there. Yes, I did just kiss my dog on the mouth. That's kind of how I roll. So, I've had my mouth in worse places, trust. All right, so, maybe Nintendo's like, maybe I can find out my issues. Thank you for the happy Valentine's Day, Emily. Thank you very much. Now I've got like, look at this. No pressure, but they're both standing by the deck, plus by the desk, plus Sven's there. Oh, look. Look who's here. Everybody wants love now. Everybody wants love. They all don't know that I don't love any of them. I'm kidding. I'm actually, tonight is, tonight is charm night. So we do charmings for $25, but I thought we would do them themed on past life, love stuff. What the hell are we doing in this life because of what we were doing in our past life? One second. Okay. I do love them all. What is this for kid parent life? Yeah, totally, Emily. Totally for kid parent life. What are you doing? Oh god, they're all like circling around now. Here, come here. Arthur's here. Tallulah's in the chair over there. Like they're all here. It's like the whole house. Hey Kylie, Samantha, how are you? Oh god, guys, why am I yawning so much? I think it's from all that physical labor that I did in the yard. It's like, oh my god, she's working. What's going on? Somebody. Come here, you rat bastard. Oh, my. Oh, yes. Oh, another kitten. What are you doing, kitten? He's like, leave me alone, daddy. Good, I'm glad you're good, Kylie, Samantha. Happy, Valentine's Day. Yes, there's lots of kitty meow meows. I know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you guys yawn. I think it's just because I've been out, like, working and doing shit. So I think that I just kind of, you know, I did a lot of work in the yard. It's actually, the yard looks really good. I was like really impressed with us. I was like, who is this bitch? She actually like did labor today. Like, who is she? I think I have some weird inspiration to get shit done. Are you guys getting a little tail on Valentine's Day? That's all I want to know, because I'm certainly going to get a little tail. I'm getting it right now as we speak underneath the desk. See it? I'm sharing it with you. There's a little tail for you. I know, let's keep the vibe high, right? Like, I don't feel bad. I've got my work on. My shoulders are like all muscular because I was raking and I was using a blower, which was like, it was weird. It was like reverse vacuuming of the lawn. It was so strange. So, don't act like you're over it, Sven. You know you want to be famous. Don't act like you're over it. People love you, Sven. They want to see you. use, Finn? Were you smoking pot again, Sin? You look stoned. Yeah, so, I don't know where Arthur is. I'd show you guys Arthur. Arthur's, like, getting bigger every day. It's crazy. Yeah, that face is real cute, but when he's running around the house at 3 a.m. knocking shit over, that cuteness, it wears off right fast. Yeah, we are waiting till 6. Well, normally we start at 6, Ducky. So I just kind of got on early because I was sitting here at the desk and I was just sort of like, oh, I'll get set up and kind of get ready. I don't know. Let me check. I don't think I have any reservations. So I don't even know if anybody's going to want to buy any Charmings tonight. And if not, then I might just, take my Valentine's Day early. Because y'all got, like, and also for those of you love freaks, I love a good freak. But for you love freaks, there is the new pick a card for Twin Flames on on my channel on YouTube, so you can check that out. There's also the Valentine's Day, or like the sort of like the Valentine's Love pick a card that's on the channel. That's a little bit further back on the channel, but you can find that too. And then there's also February's Taroscopes. We're only halfway through February at this point, so you could still look at your Taroscope and say, what's going on with Cancer? What's going on with Sagittarius? What's going on with, I have a Capricorn moon, so let me look at my Capricorn moon and blend it with my Sagittarian rising and see if I'm completely fucked this month. So I'm just gonna zip up, and then when you guys are ready to start paying me, I'll come back out. Okay? All right. Thank you. This is not a kink thing. It's just really solely for warmth. It keeps me nice and warm. There's nothing kinky or weird about it. I swear to God. Christina, I can do 3 card draws. They are 11/11. Tonight is a money night, so like I would like to make money. This is a business ultimately. So if you want 3 cards drawn for you personally, if you send over $11.11, then you will get 3 cards drawn on whatever subject you would like. If you want it on love, tonight's the night to do it. And that's a cheap ass price, $11.11. I'm sorry, but that is cheap. That is bargain basement. If you want just 1 card, it's $5.55. All right, so you're basically, if it was $5.55 plus $5.55, that would be 10 at least. That would be $11. I'm giving you an extra card at the $11.11 price. That's like slashing prices. That's a third of extra value, 30% extra value, or 33%, 0.33333. Engelgeist 3333333. So it's a big deal. I'm just saying. So that's available to you too. I am a total freak, Sean's like, alone. Total. Shut up. Shut up. Yes, I am a total freak, but I'm all about people letting their freak flag fly. Do not hesitate to be freaky in front of me. I do not judge. I complain, but I do not judge. So Ducky's putting up the twin flame links, so if you're cold, because it's winter, and you need some warmth, turn on your twin flame. And then, somebody sent money. Heidi Phillips wants a charming! Awesome, Heidi Phillips, thank you. So Heidi, do you want a past life charming? Like a love past life? Or do you just want a love charming? I need to set up my cameras. While you decide that, I'm going to set up my camera. Give me 1 moment. So, rear video capture, bam. Let's go to the burrito. Come on! Flip vertically. Is that right? Yes, it is. Okay. Let me expand my windows. Similar to my horizons, but these are windows. See how that expands so nicely? I make it bigger for your pleasure. Perfect. Just in time for Valentine's Day. Okay. I like that Sean Cyclone knows that I'm a freak. I like that Sean Cyclone, his name's Sean Cyclone, to be honest. You paid for three cards, Christina Davis. Yes, you did. I see that. Thank you so very much. Thank God that you guys are buying stuff, because Wednesday night was a bust. So, Heidi, the past life love. All right, perfect. We're going to get into this right now. All right, so let me stick my fist in my box and move things around. Just in time for Valentine's Day. Oh, hey Tammy, how are you? All right, ready? We're gonna draw. Okay. Fisting the box, exactly. I like to fist the box every once in a while. What can I do? Tammy, by the way, since you are, let me tell you this, Tammy, since I have you here right now, and you're on my Seraphim level for subscribers on Patreon, what I was thinking is, because there's only 3 of you right now, there's you, Karen, and one other, is it Heidi? Somebody else just joined at that level. I'll give you a free charming tonight. Once we get more people in at that level, we'll have an actual charm night that's only available to that group of people, where it will just be us in the room. But right now, since there's so few people, it would just be like me doing charming. So if you want to have your free charming tonight or anytime this month, just let me know and I'll do it for you. Okay? I can do it tonight or if you want it on another night in the month of February, but you have to take care of it in the month of February. And then once we get more people at that level, then we will have private charm nights for that group of folks. Does that make sense? All right, so we've got the word digs. Okay, let me look at this really quick and see where it takes me. One moment. So I definitely feel that you were female in this lifetime. And I feel like you were married, and I feel like you had a problem with your husband. And it's funny because I feel like I don't want to. The reason why I paused for such a long time on this reading was I was looking at Ganesh here, and it was making me think of India. And I didn't want to be like, is it really India? But I think that it might be. And part of the reason is not just the Ganesh, but also the lion here is making me feel like it's India or that area of the world. Eurasia, I guess you would call that. I'm not sure if that's correct, but to me, these 2 charms are taking me to that place of sort of like, I don't know, like India. I feel like you were a woman, and I feel like you guys were fairly well off, considering you weren't sort of normal. You weren't super wealthy, but you were, you had means, I feel like, in this lifetime. And I feel like it's funny, but both you and your husband were extremely fiery in this life. And the reason why I say that is I feel like this bull and this lion also represent as sort of you and your husband, as if it were Taurus and Leo. But I'm not saying that those are your actual signs, but it feels to me like they are the 2 sort of fighters. Do you know what I'm saying? You guys were equally matched, I think. And I get a feeling when I look at this, I feel like this was a time when women didn't speak back to their husbands. I mean, I think India is a country where women aren't allowed to speak back to their husbands even now. But back in this life, I think that you weren't allowed to whatsoever. But you did. You didn't give a shit, I feel like. I feel like you were very daring in this lifetime. Like you, and the reason why I say that is we have this up here. This is the throat chakra, and it's in the higher mind, and it's totally face upright. And to me, it just feels like you used to speak your mind, like you didn't care. You would do whatever, and you would do it clearly. You would yell if you had to. Um, I kind of feel like I love that you guys have the trust charm face upright and you have the love charm face upright. So to me, I feel like this was sort of a beneficial relationship in a lot of regards. I feel like he had some problems though. This cocktail next to this swan being turned over feels like maybe, I don't know if he drank too much in this life or he was a little bit messy in some ways. I think it might be like liquor or that kind of a thing. And I think that it affected you a little bit, but you loved him deeply. Even though you and him would fight, right? Like, I feel like I get the sense when I'm looking at this bull and this lion that there was definitely like a clashing at times, probably pretty often. But I also feel like when you guys would fight, it was almost like, we fight to make up kind of thing. Like that's sort of what I feel like with this. What do we have up here? Heads, I win. So you do have one of the naked coins. This was a coin that my dad used to have. It's this. I'll show you guys. Hold on. So it's this like naked lady. It was a coin of my dad's, and when he died, I took it just because I thought it was funny. But it says heads, I win, and it's a naked lady on top, and then on the other side is her bottom, and it says tails, I think you lose. And so it's up on heads, I win, and her female presence is there. So I kind of feel like even though you were supposed to be the subservient one in the relationship, like the wife, the quiet, demure wife, you weren't. And I think that sometimes you had to sort of make up for that due to his sort of I don't know if it was drinking, maybe it was recklessness. Like I feel like this was a compulsion. This could have been gambling, this could have been drinking. I think that he would get a little bit too crazy. It might be a combination of both in a way. But I think that, I mean, okay, so these dolphins make me feel like there were happy times, right? It makes me feel like there was joy between the two of you. And again, we have two dolphins that are sort of linked together. We have this bull and this lion both sort of fighting for control. I don't think that this was a bad thing. Like I said, I think you guys were evenly matched. I think that sometimes he would lose control or be reckless, and you would have to kind of take care of things in the stead of that. You always loved him and you always sort of trusted him. But it's interesting because you have this tea kettle which represents the home life and it's sort of on its side, and then we have the matador jacket which represents bravery, which we have this bull here with the matador, right? So this to me is your husband, I feel like. And this to me is possibly you. Um, and so even though you guys would fight, it felt like you were necessary. You were kind of the glue that held things together. You would have to trust and sort of be brave or put on a brave face to kind of keep things when they would go sideways or out of control, or when he would get out of control, you would have to take care of like picking up the slack for him. And that's why I feel like this heads I win up here shows up, because it was like ultimately I feel like you were in charge. You do have, I don't know if you can see this all the way down here, but you have, let me move the camera slightly. You have that, do you see this? You have the amethyst stone dead center down, deep down in the subconscious. So this says to me you were also very like intuitive, and you used your intuition a lot. You also had, like I said, no problem communicating what you knew or how you knew it. I'm not really sure what this white dice that says means. It's kind of, sort of, I don't know that it has any meaning really. To me, the sense that I get when I look at all of these charms is I feel like this relationship asked you to be more than like sort of the societal norm, right? Like you were required to sort of step forward and at times maybe have to take on the role of like say the husband, even though that wasn't like necessarily supposed to happen, right? Or was like socially acceptable. And I think that in some ways it strengthened you, is the feeling that I get. Like you had a very strong character, you had a very strong um, uh, way about you, especially with this heads I win, this clear communication. The rose also speaks to romance too, and the love charm speaks to this love thing being here. So this says to me that there was times when things were really, really good, right? But when things would get bad, I feel like this is sort of like your grace or your ability. The swan is like sort of your ability to sort of feel like at ease and grace. And so at times you weren't necessarily allowed to sort of take that more relaxed role because you always kind of had to maybe clean up after him or pick up after him or make sure everything was like, things were met. I also am not sure. I think that he may have been in business. And so this also required you to sort of do whatever the business was. You might have had to step in at certain times and cover certain aspects of those roles and deal with, say, other male counterparts that he did business with. That was kind of a little bit. I keep saying and I keep looking at this charm. That was sort of like how like I feel like these men that maybe you had to do business with because you had to make sure like the family was fed and things were taken care of. They were sort of they might be this where they're like, where is your husband? And you're like, he's busy today. So I'm gonna be the one that we're gonna do the deal, or we're gonna do business together. Don't worry, I can take care of it. I can make sure that you get what you need, or whatever it may be, right? Whatever the business was that you guys did. But it feels like you had to step in a lot of times to make things work. I also feel like when I look at this life, he passed before you. And I kind of get this feeling that you were sad that he passed, but I also sort of feel like it might have been a little bit easier for you once that happened. I just described the last 20 years of Christina Davis's life. It sounds like my parents, Sean says. Well, y'all are in the same room, so the energy sometimes matches. I'm not really sure what digs means. The where digs takes me is sort of like this idea of maybe digging at one another or the fights that might have taken place between these two, but it was more like a fight for not necessarily control, but there was this sort of sparring that went on in this relationship, but you guys did love each other. It's just like I sort of feel like you were pushed out, like I'm hearing this voice of sort of like feeling like you were pushed out of um, this relationship made you have to step out of societal norms and take on roles that you didn't necessarily otherwise feel like you should have to. But for the survival of the family, for the survival of everything, you had to trust that, be brave, and move forward to keep sort of the domestic aspect of your life kind of going and well. Does that make sense? We all digs the charmings, Ducky says. Heidi says, I've had to do that in this lifetime as well. Well, that's part of why we're charming this, Heidi, is we're looking at sort of what are we carrying over from, since it's Valentine's Day, right? The whole point of a past life charming is what are we looking at that maybe in our love life in a past life are we carrying through to now? Is it something that we're trying to let go of? Is it something that we need to acknowledge to enhance? I feel like this, to me, this whole charming feels beneficial. It speaks to your strength and your ability versus anything. I don't feel like it's something where you need to change anything. I think it's sort of trying to call out to you the reminder that even in tougher times, like say in a different era, when women weren't necessarily socially accepted as, you know, equals to men and having opinions and doing business and all of that sort of stuff, you stepped up to the plate and did it. And you did it well. Like, she wins. Heads, I win, you know, right? And you even had some joyful moments. There was, you know, you might have fought a little bit with your husband, or your husband might have been a little bit of a goofball, like, and messed a few things up. But you were the one that really kind of was the glue that kept this all together, even in a time when, like, women weren't necessarily allowed to be that kind of glue. So I feel like what this is pointing out to you today is that strength, and to call upon that strength. And if you find yourself doing things similar to that in this lifetime, that's the reason why. You're calling in that sort of ability from, you know, or that sort of there is this, I do want to say this, with this swan being face down, there is this desire to sort of be at ease, to be almost like an equal, right? To not have to fight for your, like, love existence. Does that make sense? Although I do feel like with this rose, with the trust, and with the love charm, you did have love in this lifetime. But it was like, it sort of feels shaky. Like it was, like the swan was never allowed to really truly rest fully. I kind of feel like maybe when he passed, that was finally when you could sort of rest. Like you didn't have to worry about him or what he was going to do or what he was going to pull, whether or not he was going to come through, that sort of thing. But you did love him. And this relationship challenged you to sort of be stronger, bigger, more assertive than you otherwise would have been if you were in a more traditional marriage at the time. Hey Kelsey Hyde, how are you? These are, if you want to purchase a charming, you can. They're $25, Kelsey. Oh, thank you, Kat. Listening while working, Dan's voice is calming. Thank you. Do you want to take a picture of this, Heidi, just so you have it? Hey, Lake, how are you? Oh, Lake's gonna get a charming too? Let me look. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention here. Awesome, Lake. I've got Christina ahead of you for 3 cards, and then I'll do your charming, Lake. And Lake, we're doing a theme tonight, but you don't have to stay with the theme if you don't want to, but we're doing past life sort of love stuff since it's Valentine's Day. So we're looking through the charms at maybe our relationships from the past and what do we need to be made aware of. So like to me, this charming here feels like Heidi needs to be kind of reminded of her strength and her ability to like make ends meet, and also the importance of having that ease and that grace. Like I feel like she's like, I almost get the sense that even though you were able to do all of this in this lifetime, you were still not able to ever give yourself this moment of rest, which is what this swan is about in the center. So in this lifetime, it would be really lovely for you to be able to feel like you could have that moment of rest and still get accomplished what you do get accomplished, because you are able to accomplish so much. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's kind of a cool theme, Kat. I came up with it today, like when I was talking to Ducky. I was like, oh, we should do like, because I love doing the past life charmings. To me, they're fun. And then people seem to enjoy them. And then I was thinking, oh, it's Valentine's Day, so why don't we do like, you know, past life love charmings? Like, what is it that we're carrying in this life from a previous that maybe we need to be aware of, so that we can either um, amplify it or, you know, release it. All right, so Heidi, did you take a picture? It's definitely helped me handle the challenges I've faced in this life. Exactly. And I think that there's this idea, this swan, I want you to give yourself that ease, that grace, that sort of acknowledgement. You know, swans are very beautiful creatures, they're very graceful creatures, they're very protective creatures. But I think this is about like allowing yourself that ease and grace amidst the sort of hard work that you put in. You're good. Okay, awesome. So I am going to do Miss Christina Davis Buffkin. And Christina, did you want just 3 cards on what subject? The rest is the difficult part. I know, girl. But you gotta give it to yourself. I know that you wanted it in that last life. And you deserved it too. Hey, Andrew. Back off! Yeah, we've done past lives before. They're actually a lot of fun. Just a general reading? Okay. For Christina Davis Bluffkin, let's see, general. And if anybody wants a card reading, you can do card readings, 3 cards for 11.11 or 1 card for 5.55. If you're interested, that's available to you too if you don't want to pay for a full charming. You're welcome, Heidi. I hope you enjoyed it. Hi, King of Pentacles. Hi, King of Cups. Oh, hi, 10 of Swords. All right, so let me just look at this for a moment. So we have 2 kings here. This is a big deal, actually. I don't know if you guys saw, was it not yesterday's, but the day before, King of Cups showed up in our reading, and I love this card. I think he's so hot. Like, he turns me on. Can you guys, hold on, let me do this. 1 second, because I don't feel like you guys can see all the cards. My cat is totally coughing up a hairball in the other room. You can hear it. It's so gross. All right, let me do it here. So we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and then we have the 10 of Swords. I just want to look at this for a minute because I was setting them out in that way for some reason, and I'm not exactly sure as to why. I'm trying to figure out why I set them out that way. So give me 1 moment, please. Okay, so this is strange. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I'm just going to go with it and tell you what I'm sort of feeling. I thought all 3 of these cards were you, Christina, but I'm not exactly sure that that's the case as I'm looking at them and like the story that I'm hearing. I'm feeling like this is your father. I'm not exactly sure why. This, I'm just going to explain to you like what the meanings of these cards would be. The King of Pentacles would be earth and obviously money. This would be the mastery of money, the mastery of finances, that sort of a thing. But I'm getting this like definite like sort of father vibe off of this card. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. I don't know if you're having issues. Sorry. I don't know if you're having issues with your father right now. But I feel like this man is not happy. I feel like he sort of stands in the way of something. Or like he's sort of like you have to impress him, you have to like convince him. It's kind of got that vibe to me. Or you need to have his sort of blessings. And then when I go to this King of Cups over here, I feel like this might be like, I feel like this is a father, this is a boyfriend, and this is you. And I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like this is sort of your father looking over the situation, needing to be impressed upon, or sort of convinced, cajoled. Maybe he's holding the purse strings. Maybe there's some sort of. Um, no, I feel like this is your husband, dear. And do you see how white his face is? Like he feels like he's almost passed away or like not in the picture. Is what it doesn't look that way to me on the desk, but when I'm looking at it in the video of my computer, to me it almost looks like he's in spirit. I'm not saying that your father's passed away, but I feel like there is this sort of okay. I think I know where this is going now. All right, so you're saying your father's gone when you were a baby. I feel like this is your partner. I feel like this is your husband, Christina. Don't give me any more information, please. Like, don't type anything more. I'm going to just sort of explain the story. And I feel like this is you sort of struggling or having had struggles in the past. I'm not so sure that there's not struggles that you might have within relationships that counter back to this father relationship, right? That's why he's over all of this. That's why he's sort of like I feel like he's holding the key or something, like, right? Like your relationship to your father kind of maybe holds the key, not to your happiness per se, but to like be free of it, right? Mentally, because this is the Ten of Swords. So to me, this feels like mentally you've kind of maybe put yourself through, I don't want to say the ringer, but through different obstacles throughout your life that kind of go back to this relationship. Now, this King of Cups to me feels like this is like your current partner, and I feel like I love this card. I think he feels like good to me, right? He feels like he loves you. He feels like he actually adores you. You can even see him looking onto this card, and I almost feel like he's going like, "Oh, Christina, stop torturing yourself. Like it's gonna be okay." So I feel like this is maybe you. If this isn't about like previous relationships, this is you about like over worrying, um, feeling sort of like you've got to take it all on, that you've got to do it all yourself, that if you don't take care of it, nobody else will. The King of Cups is a little bit more nonchalant or a little bit more laid back, a little bit more in it for the fun time, but he's also a very kind and loving guy, right? And I feel like he cares for you a lot. But it's funny to me how much these two look alike, like they're similar, like with the long hair and beard. Hold on, let me just show you this. And it makes me wonder, do you see this? I'm sorry, it's so out of focus. Is that gonna pull it into focus? Come on, camera. You goddamn freaking camera. Do you see how much they look alike? It's like the same dude, right? It's weird. So I feel like there's some sort of connection between your relationship to your father that not affects your relationship that you're in now, but it sort of is it this that needs to come off? No. It's sort of affecting, like you need to let it go. And so there's this part of you that I feel like with this Ten of Swords, it feels like you take on so much more than you need to. Like you take on so much more mentally, stress wise, worry wise. And I think that maybe, I mean, I don't want to get too predictive, but um, like I almost feel like what I want to say is like, this is like a question I want to ask you, Christina, is like, do you trust, say, your partner that he would take care of things in the right way if you left him to do them for you? I would think now that the answer would be no, looking at this Ten of Swords card. Only because I feel like there was this trust that was broken between this King of Pentacles and you a long time ago that made you feel like you had to take it all on and do it yourself from a very long time ago. Does that make sense? And so because of that, yes, you're capable. Yes, you're able to sort of take on a lot, but it's like it's almost like you take on so much that you can't necessarily enjoy um, everything that you have. Like it's like you have this. I feel like he's a wonderful man here, this King of Cups, and I'm not saying that you don't appreciate him, but to me, it's like I would like to see you be more happy or enjoying of it, right? Like that you um, like give yourself a bit of a break. It's similar to that swan I've seen in that other reading. Like this Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords, here's the thing, Christina, tens deal with completion, right? So Ten of Swords is all about like you're coming to an end with this, whatever sort of mental struggles you've been putting yourself through and whatever sort of worries or, you know, taking on more than you need to, thinking like, oh, you know, I don't want to upset him, so I'll deal with it kind of thing. To me, I think you're going to come to an end with that. And some of this ties back to your relationship to your father or the lack thereof, right? This idea that, oh, I have to take care of it myself. I'm, you know, on my own. You may have your mom or that sort of a thing, but this is sort of, I think that there's like a connection here that's going on, especially between these two men. And the funny thing, and I want to say this to you, Christina, is that he loves you, and so does he. Like, I feel that from the card. Even though he may not be in your life, I feel like he does love you, just like this man does. That's why there's this sort of similarity between the two of them. So, I don't know what sort of maybe thought or idea that you have in your mind around your relationship to your father, how you hold it in your space, or what you believe, what you think your feelings are of your sorry, what you think your father's feelings are of you. But I get this distinct sense from these cards that he loves you too. He's just distant. Like that's the white face. Like he's just not present. He's not there. Maybe he wasn't able to be there for whatever reasons. And at this point, so much time has transpired or gone by that it's like he will kind of always be distant, but don't allow that distance to sort of continue to and I don't think that you will because this is a 10, right? You're coming to completion. But I do think that this is about releasing some of those thoughts and freeing yourself again and allowing, like, almost maybe, I almost want to say, like, you need to, like, forgive him at some level too. Um, and when you do, this is, I mean, this is here. Like, it's here and waiting for you, and it's you deserve it, right? It's so strange. Like I want to say, like it's weird to me, and maybe this is wrong, and correct me if I'm inappropriate for saying this, but I feel like okay, so life took this king away from you, but life gave you this king in return, and so there's a point where I feel like it's now time to sort of acknowledge both, acknowledge, you know, how do I want to say this? Like, it may have been unfair what happened with this king, but you've been blessed with this king, and you can have a sort of you can sort of honor this and release it. Know that he loves you, know that he cares about you, even though it may not be in your day-to-day life, or that I really do feel like he did care about you the whole time he was away. He still does, is the feeling that I'm getting. That's what I'm hearing. Like I'm like feeling that very strongly from like both of these men love you very much. It's just he's not present to be able to do that in the way that this king can. And I think that you're beginning to wake up and realize that, and as you do, that complete cycle comes to completion in your thoughts. The swords aspect of this card, you're gonna start to take those sort of thoughts that like maybe you've held negative in your space. They could be old, because this is a young boy, right, laying on the ground. So to me, these could be old thoughts that you've had way deep in your subconscious that you've kind of just allowed to sort of be thorns in your side, and you've learned to adapt and live your life and have the, you know, do the best that you can, and that's great. But there's something better for you. These are beautiful king cards, right? They're around you, they're surrounding you, they're trying to bring you to this understanding and this completion with these ideas and thoughts that you maybe have carried around for a really long time that only have caused you maybe pain. It's coming. She says, God, I'm so ready for completion. I really think that it's on its way. That's what the Ten of Swords is about. According to stories, they're similar in personality. Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. And it makes sense, even though it's funny to me, you know, like they say we marry our parents or we become our parents or whatever, you know. It's interesting to me that even though he's not in your life, this is the thing that I get with this card, Christina, is that even though he maybe wasn't in your life physically, like this white face is killing me right now. It feels like he is around you, like either mentally or spiritually or, you know, energetically, he's connected to you. He always has been. He just wasn't able to be there physically and, you know, in the way that, you know, fathers are. And so he's still sort of here, is the feeling that I get. So it's funny that you would marry a man that's similar to him, or without even maybe having a point of reference for this man. Hi, Abuelita Chadwick. I like your name, Abuelita Chadwick. Abuelita's grandmother. So I hope that makes sense, Christina. And I want you to understand that you have these two beautiful kids that are in support of you, that want the best for you, even if you maybe haven't thought that most of, like, for a large portion of your life due to their actions. I love you too, Christina. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for purchasing a reading. I really appreciate it. You help support the business by doing that, so thank you. I love that you got those two kings. I think that's awesome. All right, so now we're on to Lake. Miss Lake Trasdale. Or Trasdal, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Now, Lake, do you want the past life love charming? Is that what you want? Or did you want something else charmed? Because it is your first charming, Lake, so I don't want to... This life relationship, thank you. Okay. Let's see what we got going on for Lake Trasdale. This life relationship. You're welcome, Christina. Interesting. We have an E. We have an S. We have a D. We have a T. Oh God, the cats. What are you guys doing out there? Stop it. You could have an STD. I'm just kidding. But, or stead. Well, I think stead's spelled with an A though. All right. So let me look at this really quick. Okay, so I'm going to say this right out of the gate. This relationship is not perfect, Lake. I feel like, and the reason why I'm going to say that right out of the gate is I feel like you've got the boxing glove and you've got the wrench, which to me it's like there's some problems. The boxing glove usually indicates sort of maybe arguing or fighting. The wrench is sort of like wrenching your plans or work. That could be hard work, trying to fix things, that sort of a thing. So let me look at what we've got going on here. We have the big transformative butterfly, right? Which is, this is the big transformation. And underneath this is my favorite charm. I'm going to show you guys this charm. It is the charm of my business. It is a heart with wings. You may see it on other people's charm boards, but it was on mine first. It's my business symbol, but this is a heart with wings. And this is about like achieving your dreams. When this charm, the reason why I have such a small version of this charm in there, I have a bigger version of it in my bedroom, but I won't put it in the charm box because I want this one to be that special. Like when it comes out, it's like a special moment, right? Like because it's so tiny. But this is underneath the transformation butterfly, right? So, and this also sort of lingers in the past a little bit. So to me, this feels like there was a period in the past where there was a huge transformation, and then there was probably the pursuit of one's goals or dreams. You may have thought that this relationship that you were in was all about, like, sort of the perfect relationship or that sort of a feeling to it, to me, especially with these two charms being together. It makes me think that sort of in the beginning things might have been very blissful and wonderful. Does that make sense? And hi, Paula, how are you? So, um, and then you have the tree of life down here, and underneath this it says a wonderful journey is ahead, but it is upside down, and this is like the clarity stone, like it's clear, it's on clear glass. So I like that it's clear, but it's sort of like, to me, again, it's indicative of there's trouble a brewing, right? Like things might have been great in the beginning. This tree of life says to me it's kind of right in line with the butterfly and the heart with wings. This tree, this situation here kicked off really good, I feel like. And then it sort of got more difficult, is what it feels like with this boxing glove going on. Now, down here we have, this is Vishnu, and he's like basically God. He's the closest thing that I have in the box to God, other than I have like a little Jesus in the box. But this is Vishnu, and he's like sort of the Indian god. And to me, let me see, why is Vishnu here? He was laying here like this. I kind of get the feeling, like when I look at this Vishnu, I'm wondering, like my question or where I want to go to, and especially with this angel here too, is I feel like you might be praying a lot in this relationship. Praying for some sort of resolution, praying for some sort of understanding, praying for some sort of like, why is this not making sense, is what I feel like. And I feel like you're praying to like sort of Vishnu and to this, like asking the angels to come in. I do believe that the angels are here trying to help you. I think that you might not be uh, seeing where they're trying to help you, or that's the upside down nature. He's not face down, but let me see here. I want to pull him up. I want to see which angel this is. I can never get these angels up. They're so flat. This is... who is this? I can't even read this anymore. I think this is Zadkiel. So he's here. I feel like he's come to answer the prayers that you've maybe made to God or to whoever your higher power might be. The reason why I also say that is your intuition, the moon is here, and there's another angel attached to this moon. And it feels like maybe you're intuitively also trying to figure out this person. I feel like this might be your partner. It's the ball player. He's upside down and face down. Like, I feel like he's not willing to play by any rules. Like, he doesn't make any sense. He doesn't him sitting here feels like he's almost being obstinate, or just it's not working out, and that's why this wrench is here. Is just like, okay, how do we fix this? And I feel like you're trying to fix things through hope, prayer, intuition, sorting it out, finding it, figuring it out. And I don't know that the answer's coming very quickly. I want to say this too. It's fucking up your shine. This star here, this starfish to me, is supposed to be representational of one of my favorite cards in the tarot, the star card, but it's upside down and you see its belly, right? Its vulnerable side. So to me, this whole situation, I feel like also makes you feel maybe a little bit emotionally vulnerable and not necessarily able to feel like you can shine, like you can feel comfortable, like you can feel at ease and be who you are. Because maybe he's critical, maybe he's just, it's like the way that he's doing things or going about things is sort of not making sense. It's like, it's kind of like, it's just not fair. It's not fun. And then this is this little star rivet. Again, another star, a double star. Face down. Oh. So, like, I'm gonna say this. These two stars here make me think this. I think that you two thought you guys were star-crossed lovers, or that you thought that like there was definitely a deep connection that kicked off. There was something, the tree of life is here, a wonderful journey is ahead. There was something that really like boom when you two met. It was like big. And these two stars here sort of to me represent one is you and one might be him. And both of you right now are unable to sort of shine in that way or connect in that way that you used to be able to for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but I want to say this. Oh, I'm getting chills down my side. These two stars, the energy is still there. I don't want to like. Here's the thing. I don't want to like tell you to stay or go or any of that within this relationship. What I wanted to say to you is um, if the charm is present, that means the energy is present in and available to you. You may not be accessing it for whatever reason, sometimes consciously or unconsciously, but my belief with the charms is that if they show up, that means that even though the stars are face down, this says to me that that energy is available to you both, but you're both either unable to access it or choosing not to access it because things are too complicated right now, whatever. But I feel like there is this is why this prayer to Vishnu and the angel is here, Zadkiel's here, and you're like trying to rely on your intuition to figure out what he's doing or why he's doing what he's doing. Because there was these stars, to me, I kind of feel like they were meant to shine or, together, and they're not right now. They're like hiding from each other, or they're um, uh, turned off, so to speak, for the moment. That's making you feel vulnerable. He doesn't feel vulnerable to me with this rivet. He's just like, okay, I'm turning off my star, no problem. And he's choosing to do that. But it's in him doing that, you're feeling laid bare or vulnerable in this situation. So when I go to your future charms, you only have two. One is down in the subconscious to me, and this is the big key. And then we have this coat of arms here. And this coat of arms, first off, makes me think about like sort of protection. Not that you need protection per se, but it feels kind of like you're about to enact protection, or you're about to sort of going into the future, you're about to sort of put your foot down. I also feel like the coat of arms also is indicative of family, right? So possibly bringing your family in around you, or maybe them having issues with what's going on in your relationship, them sort of coming to your aid or helping you to kind of draw boundaries or put a stop to whatever is going on. And I feel like they're going to offer some semblance of like protection, or you're going to feel like, I don't know, more connected to them, and that's going to help you to feel like more protected and less vulnerable, and sort of more grounded going into the future. There's something, this key down here says to me like that there is something very I mean, for lack of a better word, there's something very key about this relationship. You're going to learn something. I really get a sense that this key is meant to open a door. Like, this key is meant to unlock a door. This key is meant to unlock and release something that has to do with this relationship. And when you do, I feel like you will be better off for it, but it will be for you to sort of determine and for you to find, and it's going to be kind of, it will be found in the future. Like, the key shows up, right? So it shows me, it tells me that you're going to come to the understanding, you're going to come to a deeper understanding and an awareness about this relationship or what's going on in this relationship, and it's going to be the thing that sort of unlocks the door for you or frees you within the relationship so that you can do what you need to do, so that you can go about being protected or connected better. I want you to understand, like, I know this is your first charming, but um, I sometimes don't say everything because we're on a public channel and other people are watching. And I also don't try and decide things for people. That's not my job, right? So I don't want to tell you, oh, this has to happen or this needs to happen. I just sort of tell you what I see in the charms and allow you to kind of assess it to your life and then make your own decisions, because that's really what's important here, right? Is that hopefully the charming empowers you to sort of understand that you are aware of what's going on, that you are working hard at trying to make something work, you are trying to tap your intuition, you are calling upon your angels, you are doing all of the things to try and get back what it was that you once felt like you had. My feeling with this key, though, and this is why I'm saying this and I'm prefacing this with, I'm not telling you to do any one thing or another, right? My feeling with this key is that I feel like you are needing to sort of release yourself or unlock the door and walk through it, walk out of it, or free yourself in some way. If that means leaving this relationship, then that's what that means, but I don't know what that means to you, right? But I get this distinct sense from this key that it's sort of deep in your subconscious that, like, I keep hearing, like, okay, once I unlock the door, I don't need to do this anymore. Once I figure out that I don't need to do this anymore, I don't have to do this anymore. And then it sort of feels like this coat of arms comes into play, where a coat of arms is like like a familial sigil, right? It sort of announces who we are, how we're protected, what we know, what we're worth, our value in society, that sort of a thing. And so to me, it's like sort of carrying yourself with that air about you, right? With that awareness about you. That, like, okay, I've already done this before with this person, so now I know that that's not what I want, and this is what I do deserve, kind of thing. Hey Lisa, how are you? I love you guys. I love my Gus is like all curled up by my feet, like in between my feet right now. He's so nice and warm. Do you want to take a picture of this lake if you want to keep it? So you can reference back to it if you feel so inclined. You're welcome, Lake. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and purchasing a Charming. I really appreciate that. Did you get a picture? Because I don't like to clear the board until I get confirmation if you took a picture. You did. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I love that you guys got that you got this charm. This is like, there's certain charms that are like definitely favorites, and this is one of them. And it's so tiny that it comes out. I specifically chose it to be small like that, so that when it comes out, it's like, oh shit, look who's here. I never get these angels to want to come off the charm board. They're like, no, I want to hang out. I want to party, dude. I'm just going to leave this in the chat for you, Lake. Did that go in? Oh, maybe it didn't go in. There you go. So you may want to look him up, study him. He's also has to do with like the violet flame and things like that. So there's other information about. Oh my god, my cat has found a spider on the wall and he is about to attack. There's other information about him, so you might want to read up on him because he was definitely in the center and he was like kind of coming to help. And if you open up a conversation with him, he might be able to assist you in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve within this relationship. I have a feeling. I think he's any prayers or any sort of you know, wishes that you've been making have been being heard with that Vishnu in the center that was here, and then that angel. So look him up. It was a very small spider ducky, but my cat just found it on the wall, and he just got super excited. He was like, "Ooh, lunch!" You've been seeing lots of purple in your vision. Awesome. I think that's his color too. So go with it. Go with that. Oh. I can't believe how much work I got done today in the yard. I feel so accomplished. Let me switch cameras. Hey, where's the little shit? Not the big shit. Not you, Ding Ding. Where's your brother? Go get your brother. Arthur! Arthur! Arthur Kitty! Come here! Here he comes. He's like a dog. Arthur! Arthur Kitty! I can't tell if I can hear his bell. He might be sleeping somewhere. It could have been... Oh, wait. Did I hear his bell? Hi. Oh, hi. Oh, he runs up against the wall. Come here. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here for just a second. Arthur, come here. This is Arthur. He says hello. Hi. Oh, my baby. How you doing? You're getting so big. How do you get so big all the time, huh? You gonna take off again? He's a kitten, so he's got like all sorts of shit to do. Like he's real busy. He like works all day, running around the house, doing stuff, crying a lot, asking to be fed. Anyways, that's Arthur. He likes to make an appearance every once in a while. People want to know. Is Arthur still alive? Sven's around. Sven was on earlier. You missed it, Lisa, because you were late. Sven's pissed too, Lisa. He's not speaking to you anymore. He's just like, fuck her. She can't even spell my name right. She keeps spelling it with a P. And she shows up late. Just kidding. Thank you, I believe, to Chadwick. Thank you. All right, so does anybody else want anything else? Anybody else want anything else? No, I am probably going to sign off, guys. It's been an hour. And if nobody else wants to purchase a charming or a reading or anything, I could just sign off. I mean, I could chat with you for a minute. Like, that's fine. I don't mind chatting. But I'm kind of hungry. And it is Valentine's Day, so I got to go to McDonald's, like Ducky, and get my Mickey D's on. I don't have to go to McDonald's, but although McDonald's might be kind of good. Who's all here in the room? It says we have 18 people. Is that true, Ducky? Because I only see a few people talking. I want to see a raise of hands. How many people are in the room? Who's here? Who's watching? Who's stalking? Which of you freaks are hiding in this room over in the corner with a box of tissues and your tears? Tell me. Tell me now. Sean Cyclone's here. Oh, you see 10? Okay. Heidi Phillips is here still. Thank you for hanging out, Heidi. You didn't get your reading and run. I love it. Abuelita Chadwick is here. I love her name's Abuelita. Are you really a grandma, Abuelita? Tracy Swinson's here. Tracy, you're my newest Patreon. Thank you. Marge Smith is here. Lake is here. Lisa's here. Angel's here. Mine says 18, but I don't know. But mine's also a combination, I think, of both YouTube and Facebook. Michaela passed out, but she is on. Why did she pass out from? Did she get roofied again? I swear to God, she's going to have a baby soon. No, seriously, thank you so much, Tracy. Oh, Tracy, since you're here, and Tammy left. Where's Tammy? Tammy Sylvester's here. She was here. Tracy, since you're in the 3333 group, you get a free charming if you want it whenever. Like, you just have to speak up. You get one for each month. Until we set up the free charming night when we have enough people, right? I want to double check that and make sure. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Yes, that's true. So, yes, with 10 grandkids. Wow, Abuelita. That is like a lot of grandkids. On Tuesday nights, I do free card pulls, Abuelita. So you can come back on Tuesday nights. You got to follow the business page or subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll see when I go live. And then I do free card pulls on Tuesday nights. Tonight is a money night where I do this for money to make payola so that I can eat. So Tracy Swinson, whenever you want a charming, The idea with the 3333s is there's going to be a charm night for you guys specifically once there's 20 people in the group. So that it will only be like, 20 people at maximum in the group every charming. So you get like a charming like every at least month or two. You should get a free charming, because I do like 5 or 6 charmings a night. So, but until we get those people in there, then I just thought I'll just give you guys a free charming once a month for the time being. Margaret Patterson is here. Hey, Margaret Patterson. So that's available to you too. But you have to be the one to take care of it, like get it done. Be like, hey Dan, I'm one of your Patreons. Give me a charming bitch, and that's how you have to say it. Because I like to be abused just a little. Thank you for sending me those readings too, Margaret, on Instagram. And you guys can follow my Instagram if you'd like at Engelgeist333. I don't do much over there other than post like rando, funny stuff, spiritual quotes or whatever. But you guys can follow me over there if you want. Sorry to be yawning, guys. I just spent too much time out in nature. Ew. So does anybody have any questions for me? Concerns? Does anybody want to know why I'm still single? I don't know. It's so sad. Oh, here's something we can talk about. Well, no, that's just more private stuff. It's not private, but I'm super excited. The new season of Survivor just came on, and it's all 40 past winners. Ugh. So I'm super excited to watch it. And then one of my all-time favorites, Parvati, is like on the show again, and I hope she goes far. I hope she goes far. I hope they don't vote her out. I love her. I love her. I love her. She smiles and like it just lights up the room. And watching her play, if you guys have never watched her play the game, I don't know if you guys care about Survivor, but I've been watching it since the very first season. I've just it has always been a fascinating show to me, and just to watch her play is just she's brilliant. She's been on I want to say the show 3 times previous, and she's won once, but she's always played and made it very far in the game. She's a savvy woman, and I love watching her play because she's just got this great attitude. She's smart. She's uh, beautiful. She has a smile that lights up a room. She knows how to use like her sort of feminine, flirtatious ways, but she's also got a brain up here too. So she's great, fun to watch. Like I love watching her play, and so I'm super stoked that she's back on. I actually followed her on Instagram because I haven't thought about her. She hasn't been on the show in like 10 years. And I was like, oh my God, Parvati's back. Ah! Like I kind of fangirled because I just love her. So you actually auditioned for season 2, Australia, back when you were in the army. That's awesome. Richard Hatch died? Did he really? I didn't know that. That's too bad. I just love, and it's changed over the years. And so the cool thing about this season is that they've brought back some of the old players, like Boston Rob is back, Parvati's back, Sandra's back, but Sandra's played like and won twice, so she's formidable. And Sandra's fun to watch play too. I love Suri, but Suri's never won. I wish Suri. I think Suri's one of the most savviest players too. And there was a season where Parvati and Suri played together, and ooh, it was good to watch the two of them work. Like they were amazing. But what was I gonna say? Oh, and Ethan came back from Africa, which was like season 3 or 4, and he was the winner then. But he was talking about how when they were on, there was no like idols, immunity idols. There was no, second chances or Extinction Island or any of that sort of shit. It was just them sitting around eating rats, waiting to win. Like, there was not as much scheming and all of that sort of stuff and alliances so it's interesting to watch these old players come back with the new players that are like all like they hit the beach and start like strategizing, so it's kind of cool. Sandra's one of your favorites, Andrew. I like Sandra too. She's kind of cool, but I feel like I missed her first season. And then there's a couple of winners in there that I don't know if I missed their seasons altogether. I thought I had seen pretty much every season except for like Guatemala, which I think was the season. I don't know. But and then they brought back the Indian girl who had the twin, which I liked her, Natalie. But I don't want to blow it for anybody if anybody hasn't seen it yet. There's a lot of interesting players. There's some that they didn't, there's other winners that obviously aren't there, but there's 40 winners. Like everybody has won the show, and they're all duking out, and they're playing for $2 million. So I want Parv to win so bad. Thank you for the love of the angel wings. I love Parv though. Was he from Oklahoma? I didn't know that. Who'd you know on season 2, Andrew? Jerry? She was cray cray. Are you saying Suri, the nurse? I love Suri. I love to watch her play. She's like, she is the kind of chick that like her social game is amazing. Like how she can like befriend you and then she'll just cut your throat. Like she'll send your ass packing. It's like, you're like, damn. Jewel? I'm not sure who that is. I love Big Brother too. I watch Big Brother every summer. I love Big Brother. I would love to go on Big Brother. I would die to go on Big Brother. Because I don't think I could do Survivor anymore. I would go on Survivor too if I could, but I tried out for Survivor 1 year in San Francisco, but I didn't get, it was an open casting call, and so I didn't get anywhere with it. But I was also super nervous. But I've never tried out for Big Brother, but I absolutely adore Big Brother, and I love the British version. I have every season of UK Big Brother on DVD. I would love to go on UK Big Brother. I mean, I'll go on American Big Brother too, but UK Big Brother is like my heart and soul favorite show ever. I love it. Yeah, Suri's awesome. She's like fierce. I kind of wish she was back for it, but she's never won. That's the problem. So she doesn't get to be on this one. But there was like other people that they didn't like. That blonde girl that won when not Richard Hatch, when what's his name was on, the crazy one, Russell. Remember Russell, that crazy little Russell, that short little square guy, and then the blonde girl ended up winning. I can't remember her name. She's not on there. Vesepia's not on there because I remember when Vesepia won. There was a couple of people from way back when that, so it's not all. And Tina, I think, was a winner in season 2. She won Australia. Oh, Jerry? Yeah, she was on the Australia. She's an actress, so that's why I thought you would know her. Anyways, we're all talking about Survivor. I love Big Brother too. It's totally an obsession of mine. But have you ever watched? I have every version of Australian Big Brother, Canadian Big Brother, and British Big Brother, UK Big Brother. I fucking love UK Big Brother. It's the best in the whole wide world. And then I've watched every season of regular Big Brother from the very first season with the guy with, I want to say no arm. He had no arm, and there was a beauty queen from Seattle. I watched them all. No, Russell was Survivor, Lisa. The Chen bot, yes. And I never understand her clothes. Her outfits are just like, I love Julie Chen, but like, who the hell is dressing her? Each week, they are more and more atrociously bad. Like, her stylist should be shot. Like, seriously. The outfits that they put her in for when she hosts, it's just insane to me. I can't believe that she's Les Moonves' wife, and she lets that go on. It's just like, there's so many, like, I mean, there's been times where I've screenshotted stuff and had to put it in chat rooms because I'm like, who did this to her? Who okayed this? It's not okay. Jerry is the cousin to Blair Warner of the Facts of Life. Blair was on Survivor, Lisa Welchel. That's weird. I love Jeff and Jordan. Don't even get me started on Jeff and Jordan. Jordan's one of my all-time favorite Big Brother players. I fucking love Jordan. Who else do I love from Big Brother? And just Jordan, really. She's one of my all. I mean, Rachel's fun to hate, like, but I love Jordan. Like, I fucking adore Jordan. I could watch Jordan sit and eat garbage, and I'd be a happy camper. I think she's wonderful. She answers phones in a hair salon somewhere. I would totally love to go meet her. Jordan's probably my all-time favorite from Big Brother too. Like Jeff and Jordan, their whole story, and then I just love Jordan. When they brought them back for that like winners game, I was so excited. Oh, sorry, Katie. I'm not doing. I do tonight's a Monday night, or we talk about Survivor. That's it. You got to pay for a reading tonight, honey. I do free readings on Tuesdays. So if you tune in on Tuesday, if you like the business page and follow, you can get possibly a free reading on Tuesday nights. Wednesdays and Fridays are reserved for Daddy making some cash. Janelle is a fierce player too, but I love Jordan. Nobody can beat Jordan in my mind. I love me some Jordan. Who else? I feel like there's somebody else though that I really like from Big Brother that I can't think of right now. But I love Jordan and I love Parv from Survivor. I never saw that. I should check that out, their YouTube stuff. I think they finally had a baby, right? I don't know. I can't remember if they had a baby. I know they got married, which I thought was cool. But yeah, I wish they would bring Jordan back. Because remember, they also had Jeff and Jordan on the Amazing Race. I remember that too, because I love the Amazing Race. I would totally go on the Amazing Race. But that was the thing. I would go on Survivor, but I mean on Big Brother, but I don't think I would go on Survivor now at this point, because I don't think my body could take it. Oh, June was great too. June was fucking hilarious. That was the season where everybody was connected. Where Nokomis and her brother were in the house together and they didn't realize that they were related. And but I love June too, right? June was a great winner. I love June. I don't know why they never brought her back either, because she was fun. Oh, and there was also that other lady, the African American lady on Big Brother, Danielle was cool too. She was a really savvy player from way, way back in the day. I think June was season 4. I can't remember, but it was a long, long time ago. And Danielle was amazing too. And then, of course, Mike Boogie and Dr. Will and all of them. They were always fun to watch. But my favorites are probably definitely June and Jordan. Jordan's my all-time favorite, though. She's just so sweet. I love Jordan, and then I love June's sense of humor. And I love that her and her boyfriend, or like ex, they played it all the way till the end. I love that she got her shit together and she got him working for her and she won it. There's only like 9 of us in the room. That means there's only 3 of us. I should sign off, guys. This is on YouTube. People are gonna be like, "Who is this guy? Why is he talking about this?" All right, now you guys know all about my Survivor stuff. So, yes, he does look like Lady Elaine, her child. So does Tyson, to be honest. All right, you guys. I will uh, talk to you guys. I'll be on tomorrow morning for the forecast. I will see you guys later. All right. Have a good night. I'm gonna sign off. Thank you, everybody who bought a charming and a reading, and I will see you guys soon. All right. Take care. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Bye.